right, so now we just finished the after start check, and we're going to taxi to the runway. So my first officer will have called for the taxi clearance, and we'll say that they gave that to us, taxi to runway 6 via Quebec. So we're right here, and it's going to be a right turn out of the parking lot, left turn onto Quebec to runway 6. So he'd read it back to the controller, I'd read it back to him, and we're ready to go. So I would go ahead and turn the taxi light on, release the parking brake, clear on the left, clear right, and here we go. The sim visibility is set to half a mile, so normally we would do the rest of the checklist while we're stationary, but I kind of want to give you guys an idea of how a normal flight would work. So we're going to just go ahead and we'll do the checklist on the go. Alright, so I know where I'm going. I'm clear of other personnel and aircraft, so I can call for flaps 8 taxi check, and then first officer would set the flaps to 8. Coming out there, he'd bring up the flight control panel, and he would do his flight control checks. It's hard to tape and steer at the same time. So anyhow, it's aileron to wheel to the left, wheel to the right, forward and aft. All looks good. And check that the thrust reversers are armed, and then timeout noted. Flaps 8 indicating, 8 indicating. Flight controls checked, thrust reversers armed, flight instruments checked, and I'm checking mine, checked, and brake temperatures checked. Taxi check complete. So at this point I'm approaching the runway. I do my captain's mini brief. It's going to be a left turn heading at 040 to 2.3, then left 280 up to 2000. No restrictions, flaps 8. And at that point, we're approaching the runway here. And sorry, it's a little hard trying to operate the tiller and the camera. Alright, so approaching the runway here, and outside I can see, do the runway verification, I see a 6, and I see a 6 on the FMS. And before takeoff to the line, so the first officer would do his flow, which is the auto cross flow off, the continuous ignition. We don't need it today. And then he would go, and okay, fuel cross flow, man off, bleeds and APU, set on, ignition off, radar, terrain my side, and radar your side, holding at the line. So then we would call up tower, so we'll put tower in there and put departure here, and tower Transatlantic 11 short of 6 ready for departure. Transatlantic 11 T-Row tower, wind calm, runway 6 clear for takeoff. Runway 6 clear for takeoff, Transatlantic 811. Alright, so he read that back and then cleared for takeoff. So I, as the captain, am going to turn all the lights on. Okay, and clear on the left, clear right, and then I'm going to tell my first officer to go below the line. His last part of the flow is the anti-ice, in which case we're clear for takeoff at this point, so we can go ahead and turn the wings on. And that's normal, and that's okay as long as they go out when we apply takeoff power. And he'll go lights, and I'll say set, anti-ice on, CAS, we'll say checked, and if I like what I see, I'll say clear, and then he'll clear them. And a runway. Got heading 059 and LC 058 verified, and it's the right runway. I know it's within very close to 061, which is runway